Hey, what's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be doing a sort of out-of-box review for the first in the Iron-Blooded Orphans option set. This is the option set 1 that we've got here. Parts, it's including the mobile worker, the first of the mobile workers, and then it's got parts, a long cannon for the Barbatos, a shield for the Graze, and a lance rifle for the Schwalbe Graze. So we're going to be taking a look at each of those things individually. I just want to first start off by just giving you guys a look around at this set just by itself here. So just to give you guys a look around each of these parts. They're all quite nice. Obviously they're all molded in the same colors. The only color that we've got other than just this very dark gray color is going to be that couple of white stickers here on the long rifle, and then there's a green sticker inside the camera on that as well. So a lot of painting going to be required for these if you want them to look accurate, or if you want them to look a little bit more exciting than just this plain gray color, especially on the small little mobile worker. It is very, very tiny, so it'll be a great chance to practice some little hand painting skills if you've got a small brush on hand. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at each of these parts separately and with their respective kits, but just keep in mind that these can be used on any kit that you want, as long as they fit on there. Like a couple of these will only fit on particular kits. The ones for the Graze, the shield and the lance, will only fit on the Graze, of course, but with a little modification I'm sure you could use them with the Barbatos as well, and vice versa with the long rifle to use on the Graze, the long cannon. I'm sure that you could use that on the Graze with just a little bit of modification. So let's go ahead and stop this. And let's take a look at the mobile worker first, because it's probably one of the most interesting things about this kit. We have never really had anything like this with a Gundam kit before, I don't think. I guess maybe that's not right. Maybe we've had some kind of similar things, but this is definitely pretty unique. It's cool that we've got this, and then in the other sets we're going to be having different versions of this as well. So it does have a little bit of movement. This top part will rotate side to side just a little bit, like that, and then these guns here on the side will move up and down just like that. So it's really simple. I believe it is just like maybe 4 pieces, so like the top and the bottom part are 2 separate pieces, and then the guns are separate pieces. So will be, like I said, a lot of painting you're gonna have to do with this, but it is really cool, and I can imagine we're going to be seeing a lot of dioramas using these, probably multiples of them, possibly some dioramas using only these. But I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. That isn't going to go with any particular kit specifically. Let's take a look at the long cannon next, because this is probably my favorite part of this set. I really like this huge gun that we're getting, and then we're going to be getting this included with the 1/100 scale Barbatos, but for the high grade it came separately. There's that green camera inside there. This is all one white sticker that wraps around that part. It looks pretty bad. And then there's 2 different white stickers that go around in this lower part here. Again, they don't look great. Your best bet is going to be painting, as always. So in terms of articulation, it really only has this one handle here, which is going to rotate side to side. So if you want to do right and left, you can use 2 of these on the Barbatos if you bought 2 of the sets. The cannon doesn't fold by itself. You basically have to take it apart here. You just slide that out, and then rearrange this to the side, and then just drop it in there for its folded form, and then that can fit on the backpack of the Barbatos. Let me bring in the Barbatos Gundam here. Now the way we're going to attach the rifle onto the Barbatos is rather ingenious, really. Actually, it's actually quite simple. I do want to also note that I didn't point this out in my review of the Barbatos, but this part here in the center of the backpack, the thruster there, does move. I didn't point that out in that review. Anyway, when you've got the cannon folded up like this, we're just going to plug in this peg onto the backpack like so, and that's it. And obviously you can plug that onto either side, or you could turn it around the other way if for some reason you wanted to have it like that, whichever way you wanted to do it. But we're going to just go and keep it with the manual. But we want to take that off with this white piece included. Now here's where these pieces are going to come in handy that you got with the Barbatos Gundam. It says to use the shorter one, but I think it doesn't really matter. I don't know, maybe the longer one is going to come in handy for something else later that we're going to be getting in a different option set. I don't know. Or you can use it with this one if you want. I can see my stickers coming off the shoulder there. Fix that. And anyway, so this is just going to plug onto the backpack. Other end is going to go into this part on the rifle. It's really not the strongest connection, so just be a little bit gentle with that. It's not going to hold it all that well, and I'm noticing I've got this turned around backwards. Would help to unfold that rifle first. Let's get this plugged back into here. That's embarrassing. And then yeah, once you've got everything lined up and connected, it's going to look something like this. I'll show you a better pose here in a moment. One thing that I found with the Iron Blooded Orphans line in general, a lot of stuff a lot of things can be very loose when you're trying to pose it. Once you've got it posed and everything's like connected the way it's supposed to be and tight, then it's pretty secure, but like while you're trying to get it set up into a certain pose, a lot of stuff can be very loose, especially more so on the grays. But with this gimmick of the backpack, that connection piece is just very loose. The hand doesn't hold the handle really tightly. Once you've got everything like all set up, it's fine. It's not going anywhere, but just trying to get it set up can be a little bit tricky. So as for this cannon with the Barbatos, I gotta say it's cool. It's not, again, like I said, it's not the easiest to get into a pose, but it is a really cool weapon that does give some nice firepower to your Graze, which was not included with the, not with the Graze, with the Barbatos. Of course, it only came with the mace and the sword, so it's cool now that we've got some firepower for it. So the cannon, I've gotta say, is cool. Let's next take a look at the shield for the Graze. Now this part is going to be much simpler. It's obviously just a shield, very simple, really nice details though on it. It's a really nice looking shield, I have to say. The handle here is going to move up and down there, and then this whole bit is going to rotate. There's no sliding the whole mechanism up and down anywhere on the kit, so this position is pretty fixed. This part is going to go into the hand. I've had some trouble though that the back of the hand pops off very easily while holding this. So I think maybe after painting the kit, you might just want to make sure you glue the hand together. Will help solve that problem. And then one thing that I've noticed I forgot to point out in the review of the Graze and the Schwalbe Graze is that this lower section of the arm does rotate to the side, which is going to be very helpful for mounting this shield onto the side of the arm rather than the back. I think is a much better place for that. So that just pops into the hand. Then this part pops onto the back of the forearm, like so. And then there we go. The shield is on the arm. Nice and simple like that. So here we are mounted up. It definitely adds a lot to the kit. It's probably going to look a lot better once it's painted, of course. It is a little bit jarring with it being a totally different color from anything else on the kit. I think it does sort of stand out. It's in the same color as the inner frame of the Barbatos, but the Graze inner frame is a different color gray, so that might be a little bit distracting. Some paint will definitely help with that, but it does, I mean, the design does look like it goes with the Graze, so although the color doesn't quite match out of the box, the design definitely looks like it goes together, so this is definitely an accessory that's going to work best with your Graze kit, but again, of course, with some slight modification, surely you could use it on other kits as well. I mean, obviously including the Schwalbe Graze, which would be pretty simple. The Barbatos, however, would take a little bit of modification as this is made to fit onto the Graze's arm, but again, shouldn't be too much work. And the last thing we need to talk about is the rifle lance thing that we've got here. Now, similar to the just regular beam, no, that's not a beam rifle, but just the regular rifle, we are going to need to put this into the hand, and then this part attaches onto the forearm of the Graze. So you need to put this on first, and then those connect together like that. So it's going to be securely fastened onto the arm. This forward part here does rotate around this secondary handle. I think that's probably more so that if you wanted to separate these, as you just saw, if you are having this separately, this does make just a rifle on its own with a small little secondary handle like that. So that's pretty cool. And then here, I guess on this side is maybe some sort of the ammo of whatever sort that is. And then if you wanted to have the lance just its own weapon, you can just hold it by the handle here and just have it using this as its own separate weapon, which is pretty cool. I think it's cool that we have a lot of different options with this particular weapon. So let's go ahead and put this on the Schwalbe Graze. Just drop that part down onto there. This part should attach onto here relatively simply, like so, and then that is fixed onto the arm. Nice and secure. It's definitely more interesting. I mean, I really like the look of just the regular rifle that comes with the Graze and the Schwalbe Graze, but I think that regular rifle looks better with the regular Graze, whereas this definitely looks better with the Schwalbe Graze. I think it fits more to the sort of specialty look of the kit, so it's definitely a great weapon to be included with this set so that you can use it for this thing. The P-Bandai kit, the P-Bandai version of this is going to be coming with that, so that'll be nice, but if you're not getting that, I would definitely recommend getting this option set so that you can use this weapon with this kit. It definitely looks a lot better. With this being a little bit larger weapon, I think the weight could have been a little bit of a concern, but as you can see, I think it's holding that with really not much trouble at all. So I think the Graze having its inner frame, it definitely helps a lot. The joints in the arm are pretty tight. As I mentioned before though, there are areas of the Graze that I think are a little bit loose. The hand is definitely one of them, but again, it's one of those things, once you get the weapon in place and everything's sort of set, then it's not really so much of an issue. So here's a look at all three kits together with their new weapons, accessories, and then the mobile worker there as well. One thing that's great about this set is I think that not only is it cool that you're getting a bunch of stuff for just 600 yen, I mean, and really you think, okay, 600 yen, you're just basically getting just a couple of weapons. But what's cool about it is that you're getting weapons for 3 separate kits. So like it's not something to just enhance one particular kit, it's something to enhance all 3 of these if you want. So that's what I think is really the nice thing about this set, and of course just the price tag of 600 yen is very reasonable. I think just $5 for this stuff. The shield is for the Graze is nice, the lance for the Schwalbe Graze is nice, the cannon's cool, the mobile worker is definitely a cool little thing as well. Should be really fun to paint that stuff up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope this was helpful. If you guys were considering if you wanted to get this set or not, I would highly recommend it if you're a fan of these kits, if you have them. If you don't have all 3 of the kits, again, I believe, if maybe say you only have one of the Graze kits, the shield and the lance should work on both the Grazes. So maybe you only have the regular Graze or you only have the Schwalbe Graze. You should be able to use either the shield and or the lance on both of those. So yeah, it's a cool kit, and I mean, if this stuff is going to be compatible on other future kits as well, I suppose the Graze Kai, obviously. Other than that, I'm not too sure. We'll just have to see. But that's it. Again, any questions and comments, please guys let me know down in the comment section below. Thanks for liking, favoriting the video, or subscribing, or whatever you're gonna do. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.